everyone, it's me, Kaylee from This Croatian Life. I wanted to post in light of this last week's event of having, I think for what is right now, 3 articles written on one from Index, well there's 2 on Index, and then one from your guys' major news station, Večernji, I think is how you say it. I'm not exactly sure. I just wanted to post and kind of do a follow-up with everybody because we're in shock. I'm in shock. I did not expect anything to kind of come. I mean, I hoped for, because obviously that's why I made the videos. I didn't expect this kind of, I guess, attention. I have some things that I want to say in response, some comments I'm responding to. I wish I could respond to all of the good ones. So we're just gonna start, I'm just gonna start from my list that I have made. We are kind of dealing with all of the negative comments that have been posted, because it's interesting to me that a video made to be funny from an American and a Croatian laughing about our relationship, grateful for our relationship, me being grateful that I'm in Croatia, liking my life in Croatia, while all of the things, let's say, drive me crazy in that video, the things that drive me crazy, they're not things that I would change about him. They're just observations, and people seem to be very quick to jump on those, or maybe they were offended, and I'm sorry if you were offended, but that wasn't the purpose of the video at all. So I'm sorry if you took it wrong, but okay. So I'm just kind of gonna start, I'm first gonna start with the negative comments, sort of, some of them, there's so many of them. It was from a commenter called The Emperor, and he essentially called me a wild boar, which I found interesting. A wild boar from Texas. So maybe you don't hear it, maybe all Americans sound the same to you, but I am not from Texas. There's nothing wrong with being from Texas. I am just not from Texas. I'm from Seattle, and if you can't hear, there's actually a very big distinction in accents. I do not have a Texas accent. Most Croatians can hear that. Most people from around the world understand that or know that. So that was a very interesting, almost funny comment to me. Like, whoa, I'm accused from being from Texas. In addition, my husband was also accused of being a gypsy, which again, is not saying anything bad, but he's not, he's Croatian. Somebody else made a comment, said, next time, I don't know who it was, you should marry a Croatian from Croatia, which Dominic is a Croatian from Croatia, and we live in Croatia, in case there was any confusion. Hope you got a good laugh out of those comments, or out of that specific comment, because I did. Second thing, I am personally very confused, because I have a lot of comments saying Croatia is not Balkan. Then some other people from Croatia are referring to Balkan people. So it's very contradictory, and I just decided to pull up my lovely little, Wikipedia, Google, because it's there for me. And actually here you can see, this was actually one of many, but this was the first one. It says that the Balkan states include the Balkan Peninsula, first Croatia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, and it goes on the list. So I just believe in, fact. And while not everything I say is fact, pretty sure that Croatia is Balkan, but okay, I don't know. There seems to be a very big confusion between people from this region. Also, Croatia is not Eastern Europe, Croatia is Central Europe. Somebody even said that Croatians are not, don't refer to them as Slavic, because Slavic people are blonde and blue-eyed, which really threw me for a loop. So that is just kind of, I can't really get it right no matter what I say, I think, and I'm sorry if it was not correct for you, but that's kind of you know, in some ways for me, I'm from the West Coast, but I'm specifically from the Pacific Northwest. But if you said that I'm a West Coast girl, I would identify with that. Another one that I find really funny is Americans are unhealthy. I totally understand people thinking that Americans are unhealthy. I get that we look to the world because we invented McDonald's and many other fast food chains. But I just want to share with everybody, I did not go to a McDonald's in 10 years. And the first time I went to a McDonald's in 10 years was in Croatia. It was kind of this thing, like, let's go to McDonald's. So I found that interesting. And my husband and I just went to the States in March. Dominic had very good food. He will say, I am speaking on his behalf right now because he's not here and I don't necessarily know if he wants to jump in front of the camera at this point in time. He had very good food. I'm from Seattle, and Seattle is very health focused. Lots of vegetarian options. So yeah, I'm not sitting here trying to defend it, but I just want to I just find it interesting and funny that this is the perspective that people have, and I don't blame anybody because I understand, you know, we are known for that. We are known for fast food and, you know, obesity and all of these things. There was a comment, this is not negative, but it was so sweet and so cute. I was just looking at them. There was a comment from a commenter named KV, and it just simply said, Croatia should have won the World Cup. That was the comment. And I thought it was so sweet because yes, Croatia should have won the World Cup. Absolutely. And for the record, I want everybody to know I had so many people from back home, back in the States, messaging me, posting, I'm watching the game for you. My uncle went to a bar downtown Seattle and watched the game, and next to him was a guy in a Croatian jersey, and they started talking, and he was from Croatia. And my uncle was there specifically to watch. It was Croatia versus England that day. My uncle was there specifically to watch Croatia. So there was so much love and support for Croatia back home, and it was such a wonderful time. Yes, KV, Croatia should have won the World Cup. There was another one. I'm just like, now that I'm looking at this, I thought I was going to be talking a lot about the negative comments, but now I'm just like, no, because there are so many sweet and cute and funny comments on there that for me, positivity is just always going to outshine negativity. And now that I'm sitting here speaking to you, I can only think of the funny, sweet comments. I just, you know, yeah, there's a lot of negative comments. I can just only think of the good ones. So another one was a guy named Jordan Diminic, sorry. Jordan commented, marrying a Croat was the smartest decision you'll ever make. And I actually responded to that because marrying Dominic was one of the smartest decisions I ever made. So yes, Jordan, you are correct. And I don't know if it has to do with him being Croatian or if I think most of it is just who he is. But marrying Dominic was one of the smartest choices that I ever made. And for anybody that seems to have some kind of perspective of our relationship, or there was a lot of also comments saying that Dominic should have married a Balkan girl, or that if I didn't like Croatians, which is I've never even said that ever in my life. Never said those words, never thought those thoughts. While I might be frustrated, I have never thought as a whole, I don't like Croatians, never. So for the record, but these comments saying that I shouldn't have married a Croatian since I don't like them, it's just bullshit. I'm sorry, those kinds of comments are complete and total bullshit because Dominic and I could not be happier. I'm just saying that going for a person because of where they're from, merely because of where they're from, is just not logical. It's just not, it doesn't, just because someone's from a country doesn't mean that immediately everything is good based off of the country that they're from. I just want to thank anybody who wrote anything positive on there. There was a lot of positivity, people telling me to keep doing what I'm doing, people understanding that the video is meant to be funny. And a lot of people also saying that a lot of the comments and things that I said were true. The bread consumption, the beer consumption, the rakia. Also, I find it funny how everybody who watched the video knew he was not drinking juice, but that he was actually drinking Cedevita. Because we actually never said that in the video, but everybody knows by the color, and he was. So, okay, if Cedevita is not juice, my mistake, sorry, I'll write that down. So I'm a little bit confused where to go from here. Do I just say the things that I love, or do I share the things that are driving me crazy? It's all in good fun, it's all lighthearted. I live here, I moved my life here because I liked it, because I loved it. And if you're confused about my story, maybe you should just go to my blog and read that so you can kind of have a better view. Stay tuned for more. I have no idea what's gonna come next for us. I have no idea what's gonna come next for me. And again, just thank you to all the positive people, all the people who subscribed, all the people who shared it and said something nice, and understand that I'm just living this Croatian life and chose that. It wasn't as though I was forced to be here. I chose to be here. And that doesn't mean that I have to love it all the time, but at the same time know that that is rooted in, what's that word? Hold on, I have to find the word. Dobro namirna. It's good intentioned. So if you got that from the video, you're wonderful. I love you. Couldn't be more grateful for all the positivity of all the positive creations, all the kind creations, all the kind people and comments. So thank you and stay tuned. Ciao!